Yeah. I'm just reading this week, August 23rd of 2019. School starts tomorrow, and I wanted to have custody of my sons, and they happen to be 2 years behind where they should be. Yeah. Now, I wanted you to realize that I see certain investment opportunities. Yeah. And it frustrates me that you refuse to enforce child abuse laws. Now, here's an example of an investment opportunity. Yeah. The Boeing, yeah, sold zero new 737 MAX jets. Yeah. But they have a backlog of 4,600 orders left to fill. Yeah. For any company to have a backlog of that many jets waiting to be delivered. Yeah. If I took that 4,600, yeah, added it to the backlog of what Airbus has, yes, I'd guesstimate that there's 10,000 jets waiting to be delivered. Now, I mentioned Boeing, yeah, and how I thought they needed an additional competitor. Yes. And I think Airbus does too, and the French don't really appreciate what I want to do. Should you have to wait as an airline 2, 3, 4, 5 years to get delivery of a jet? No. Why don't you give me the backlog of Airbus? And then I wanted to talk to the French about exactly what they're doing. Could you get me all international news stations in France? Yes. The actual ownership of the media in France. Poop. And then all of the streaming video websites that the French, yes, actually look at. See, over here we have what's called the 11-ounce resurrection of those that have died. Yeah. And I thought maybe that the president of France didn't really consider that I want to compete against Airbus. Pooch. I don't want any airline to have to wait more than, let's say, a year, yes, to take delivery of a of a jet. Could you call the French president? Because as I remember the various documents that I've read about France, yeah, there's what's known as human rights, and then there's the European Union, the European Council, yes, and then there's some very wealthy families. In fact, you know what I found out? Yes, Saudi Aramco, yes, going to be worth $2 trillion. Oh, now it's so bad that their profit was down 12% from the year before, but almost 8 times what Amazon made. Now, when your IPO is valued at 2 trillion, yes, but your actual profitability is 8 times what Amazon made. A lot of those value investors, they'd want to invest in Saudi Aramco, yes, but when you earn 46.9 billion in profits, profits are after expenses. Isn't that right? It's kind of like, well, we're making $50 billion a year after expenses. That's not how much we're selling. No, that's our actual profitability. Now, I know Amazon.com, they're like, well, what's our market value? Pooch, Jeff Bezos over there. It's Labor Day. Why don't you get me this fact check? 12% from a year, but it's 8 times the amount. Almost 8 times. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.